Hello, my name is Zena Madison. My pronouns are she, her, and I am the Regional Council Manager for Birth to Five Illinois, Region 30, covering Alexander, Jackson, Perry, Pulaski, and Union counties. Thank you for watching Region 30's Early Childhood Regional Needs Assessment virtual report. This recorded session will provide an overview of findings from the Birth to Five Illinois Region 30 Needs Assessment, as well as talk about the strengths, needs, and recommendations for improving access to and enrollment in early childhood education and care programs in the region. A link to the full report can be found in the description below. If you would like to turn on closed captioning, click the CC icon at the bottom of the video. This will turn on the captions. If you want a language different than English, click on the gear icon for settings, click on subtitles, then auto translate, and you can scroll down to pick the language you want. In 2021, the Illinois Commission on Equitable Early Childhood Education and Care Funding issued a report with findings that highlighted the inequities in early childhood funding in Illinois and the need to create a better statewide infrastructure to support early childhood professionals, expand services and programs for families and caregivers, and increase enrollment in ECEC programs. The report focused on the importance of addressing racial inequities and the need to include local voices in the conversation funders and decision makers were having about early childhood education and care. To provide a structure for communities, families, and caregivers to engage with the data and share their experiences, a new statewide infrastructure was created across 39 regions, all of which align with existing Illinois State Board of Education regional offices of education boundaries but operate independently. Birth to Five Illinois regional boundaries align with school districts instead of strictly following county lines, which can be a challenge for gathering and interpreting data because many early childhood services are provided by or tied to school districts. Region 30 is located in the southernmost part of the state, bordering Missouri and Kentucky, and includes Alexander, Jackson, Perry, Pulaski, and Union counties. It is the traditional home to the Kaskaskia, Chickasaw, Quapaw, Miamia, and Kickapoo tribes. It has flat land and rolling hills, both important to the region's agriculture. The region's main crops are soybeans and corn. Joining me in the Region 30 office is Linda Poindexter, our Family and Community Engagement Specialist, and our Administrative Support, Akemi Walker.
The experiences and knowledge families, caregivers, and early childhood professionals gain while navigating the complexities of the state's early childhood education and care system are valuable, and understanding their lived experience in the local context is vital for decision makers to ensure communities have access to the programs, service, and supports they need. To this end, Birth to Five Illinois was created to harness family and caregiver voices in early childhood education and care and serve as a bridge between the communities and policymakers so family, caregiver, and professional experiences can guide the decisions made to expand or enhance the services across the state. Our mission is to create a statewide regional infrastructure that will amplify input from communities in the development of policies and funding priorities. We support the mobilization of communities to build and sustain equitable access to inclusive, high quality early childhood services for all children and families in the state of Illinois. We envision that our work will help all stakeholders reimagine a more equitable early childhood education and care system that respects family and community voice and works to ensure it is centered and prioritized at every level of decision making in Illinois. We have three main values and goals. First, we must prioritize family voice. Through this transformation, centered on authentic family and community engagement, we will address the inequitable distribution of resources and services and rebuild our state's early childhood education and care system. Second, we must address the racial inequities that exist in our early childhood system. In an effort to move our early childhood education and care system to one where racism no longer impacts a child's success, we will work to dismantle barriers that have limited access to high quality services for minoritized children in every corner of our state. Third, we will use the collective impact model to shift the current early childhood system to influence policy and funding at the local, regional, and state level. Birth to Five Illinois will use community driven feedback to build a system that harness knowledge directly from families and providers and encourage decision makers to ensure new and or expand services created to meet community needs.
Two critical parts of the new statewide infrastructure are family councils and action councils. Located in each of the 39 regions, the councils provide feedback on quantitative data from the Illinois Early Childhood Asset Map, or ICAM, and the Illinois Network of Child Care Resource and Referral Agencies, or INCRA, to help contextualize the data at the local level. The councils meet twice a month in virtual, in person, or hybrid meetings.
The family councils are comprised of parents, caregivers from a wide variety of family types: single parents, adoptive and foster parents, caregiver relatives, teen parents, two parent families, multi generational families, and more, and prioritize the voices of those who have not been involved in this type of work before. We want to highlight those who have been involved in our Region 30 Family Council over the past year and thank them for sharing their experiences with the early childhood system. Sonia Clark, Keosha Ingram, Amanda Hester, Brianna Cobus, Nicole Larry, Lindsay McCann, Shauna McGuire, Kimberly Myers, Alessandra Nicholson, Denasha Oliver, Veronica Perone, Nikki Rathard, Amanda Sullivan, Victoria Taylor, and Brianna Puckett Woods.
Action councils are comprised of early childhood education and care professionals, healthcare providers, faith leaders, elected officials, and other community members. Each Action Council reserved 2 seats for parents, caregivers to ensure family voices were included in every discussion. Action Council members were invited to bring additional aggregated data on programs and services provided by their agency organization to complement data from ICAM and INCRA. We extend thanks and gratitude to our Region 30 Action Council members: Lindsay Baskins, Deborah Bronze, Keisha Carr, Lashana Cornelius, Patty Davis, Cheryl Graff, Tracy Griffith, Denise Henry, Cheryl Houston, Natasha Hubbard, Van Eichner, Sheridan Johnson, Brittany Matthews, Colleen McLaughlin, Donna Middleton, Tangela Oliver, Cindy Rice, Sandy Snowden, M. Stalls, and Kathy Swafford. Beyond the council meetings, additional qualitative data was collected community-wide through focus groups and interviews, and all council members were invited to provide input on each section of their early childhood regional needs assessment. Council members developed the strengths, needs, and recommended next steps that are unique to each region. Regional teams, along with the support of their action and family council members, created a dissemination plan and are holding community meetings virtually and in person to share their report's findings. The following slides highlight some data that was discussed by council members and provide insights into the early childhood education and care landscape in our region. Region 30 is mostly white, with only 17% that identify as Black or African American, 4% identify as Hispanic or Latino, and 1% identify as Asian. Alexander County has the highest racial diversity, with 31% of the population self-identifying as Black or African American. Among the 5 counties, the average commute to work time is 30 minutes. However, many workers travel over an hour to bordering counties or states like Kentucky or Missouri. In addition to the long commute times, a significant portion of the population works night shifts, split shifts, and weekend shifts. Part of the conversation with council members were around priority populations, defined by the Illinois Early Learning Council as groups that have been historically underserved by early childhood education and care programs. In Region 30, the priority populations include children living in families in poverty, children experiencing homelessness, children with disabilities, children with low caregiver education attainment, and children being raised by a relative. While data on children and families from priority populations is limited, there are a few things to note about Region 30. According to the 2020 census, half of the children ages birth to 5 lived at or below 200% of the federal poverty level, meaning that many of them were eligible for a number of state-funded early childhood programs. Children living at the highest rates of poverty are concentrated in Perry County. Additional information about priority populations was gathered through surveys, interviews, and focus groups, and is included throughout our final Early Childhood Regional Needs Assessment report.
Community collaborations are an integral part of the early childhood landscape. Local early childhood community collaborations bring together community agencies, organizations, and individuals with shared vision or goals. They understand the importance of improving early childhood education and care for children, caregivers, and providers. Region 30's local early childhood collaboration, the Southern Illinois Coalition for Children and Families, covers all 5 counties in the region. The Southern Illinois Coalition for Children and Families was established in 2008. This coalition covers 18 counties in southern Illinois and 3 birth to 5 regions, Region 30, 21, and 20. The coalition's strategic priorities are developmental screenings, school readiness, early childhood workforce, strong families, and acting as an impact accelerator for collective impact efforts. There is also one hyper-local collaboration. The Carbondale Community Cabinet for Children and Youth was launched in September 2022. It encompasses all neighborhoods served by Carbondale Community High School District 165. Region 30 is home to a variety of early childhood education and care programs and providers. All serve children based on licensing regulations, funding, and staffing requirements. But access to early childhood programs and services is not equitable for all the region's families. Wait lists at childcare centers and the availability of childcare in our region causes significant barriers for families and caregivers. As one community member stated, I cried when I saw the 14-month waitlist. Families and caregivers reported that they were highly reliant on grandparents and other family members to provide childcare for their children. There is a program that families can apply to through the Illinois Department of Human Services, or IDHS, called the Child Care Assistance Program, or CCAP. Locals refer to this as CCR&R. This program provides families with limited financial resources affordable childcare while allowing caregivers to continue working and/or completing their education. All families are required to cost share on a sliding scale based on family size and income. However, not all providers will accept CCAP, and the length of the application is a barrier for some families. There are publicly funded early childhood options available in the region, such as Early Head Start, Head Start, Preschool for All, and the Preschool for All Expansion Program. However, not all programs are full day, nor do they all provide transportation to and from the program, leaving many families who qualify unable to access them.
Through community meetings, focus groups, interviews, and surveys, families in the region reiterated the urgent need for more affordable childcare and preschool options, staffed with providers and teachers that are well paid, supported, and who will want to continue working in early childhood long term. Similar to other areas in the state, Region 30 is experiencing a staff and teacher shortage, preventing programs from operating at full capacity or expanding to meet community needs. Staff turnover is a big contributor to the workforce shortage, and it remains a concern among community members in Region 30. There are many short term caregivers who are interning to receive a degree of working long enough to gain experience and then leaving child care centers for better financial opportunities. Many community members report that pay salaries are also a factor when considering staff turnover. The pay is low and is not a long term option for many trying to support a family. Low pay, combined with the demands of the position and long hours, has left many staff burnt out and not willing to come back to the field. As a result of the workforce shortage, Region 30 has limited options of programs and resources for children ages birth to 5. This is especially true for children in rural areas, many of whom do not attend a program until kindergarten. In more rural areas of the region, many parents and caregivers are utilizing a family member or friend for their child care needs. This means if the family member or friend is not available to provide child care, parents, caregivers are unable to work outside the home or have to take off work during times when a family member or friend is not available to care for their children. Others have been forced to patch together their child's care, with some time covered by a friend, family member, and enrollment in part time child care. Community and council members identify several strengths of the early childhood system in the region. For the sake of time, I will only share a few. There are passionate ECEC professionals. The Southern Illinois Coalition for Children and Families is actively working on current issues, and our community members are willing to work together to improve ECEC services in the region via our Action and Family Councils. Community and council members also identify key needs in the region as well. For the sake of time, I will only share a few. More resources for families with a child with a disability, assistance navigating different ECEC resources, and available and affordable high quality childcare options within the community. Based on community and council conversations, recommendations have been made on how early childhood education and care programs and services can be improved for families in the region. Recommendations will be presented to lawmakers, state agencies, local elected officials, and funders so they can better understand the needs of families in the region and they can see how to best meet those needs. These are a few of the recommendations made, but more can be found in the Regional Needs Assessment. Increase staffing, training, and equipment for programs to provide care and education for children with a disability. Support regional efforts to create a comprehensive and readily available online resource directory and referral platform, and increase efforts to expand licensed family child care networks. This summer, we will be out in the community talking to more families, providers, and stakeholders about their experiences with early childhood education and care, and we want to talk to you. We invite community members, families, and early childhood professionals to join the conversation by filling out a council interest form. Please go to www.birth5il.com/councils or click the link in the description to get involved. Interest forms will close later this summer, with council meetings fully resuming in August. I want to thank our state partners for their support and you for watching. We encourage you to stay in touch with us by visiting our regional page at www.birth-to-5il.com/Region 30, joining our Facebook group, or reaching out to me via email at zmadison@birth-to-5il.com. Links to our pages, along with my email address, are available in the description below. Thank you for your time. We look forward to connecting with you soon.